Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is iTalk. Here, and in today's video, we have a brand new video. So today we're going to be talking about gender-bent skins from the Battle Pass that make their way into the item shop. Recently, we had a skin in the item shop called the Spire Immortal. Now, obviously, this is the male counterpart to the female Spire Assassin skin that we have in the Battle Pass for this season. And I've seen a lot of community reaction to it, and I've seen a lot of people say that the Spire Immortal is a million times better than Spire Assassin. And I wanted to really think, like, how many other times have we thought as a community that the female or male gender bent skin that was in the item shop was better than the tier 100 skin they were basing it off of? And I know there's been skins in the battle pass that weren't tier 100. Siona from chapter 2 season 3 rings a bell with the Dio skin being in the item shop. I'm not going to go over those. I really want to cover the tier 100 skins because I think those are a little bit more interesting. So with that out of the way, let's go into the beginning. So we start off with season 2, Black Knight, tier 70, one of the most aggressive skins in Fortnite. A little bit overrated in my personal opinion. A lot of people love to flex the black shield, but honestly the black shield is very clean, I must say. And then the female counterpart we got was the Red Knight. Now, Red Knight has been in the item shop a lot of times. It feels like Red Knight is in the item shop like almost every single month. And I can't really blame them because it's a really clean skin. It still holds up to this day. Being a season 2 skin, it still looks amazing. And I think the back bling is still really clean. And I think the skin is actually really nice. And yeah, I don't know, can you really compare Black Knight and Red Knight to this extent? Like, I think Black Knight is just too much of a classic and Red Knight you see all the time. So Black Knight does seem a little bit more special in that sense, but Red Knight is still very good, and it's kind of hard for me to be like, there's an easy winner here, but honestly, I don't think there is one. I'd say Red Knight for the skin is better, and then Black Shield, a lot of people prefer Black Shield over Red Shield, and that would kind of make sense there. Moving on to Season 3, the Reaper did not have a female counterpart. I thought Rook from Season 5 would have been a counterpart for him, but I don't know if that's actually the case. But if that is the case somehow, I think Rook is better. I think the Reaper is extremely outdated considering we actually have a legitimate John Wick in the game that looks better and actually has more going on with it than the Reaper skin. The Reaper is still classic. It was the first sweat skin, I like to think, but no one ever runs that skin anymore, sadly. Moving on, we have the Omega skin from Season 4, and then the female counterpart to him, I want to say, is Oblivion, and Omega just wins this in every single way. I think Omega is one of the best tier 100 skins we have in the game. It still, once again, holds up to this day. It's got a lot of crazy edit styles, and it's got a color edit style if you got to level 80 in Season 4. And even if you didn't earn the lights back then, I still think Omega is just flat out better than Oblivion. Oblivion has barely any lights on her, and they gave her a golden edit style for some whatever reason. I don't think she needed that. I think she needed more lights. I think the skin itself needs an update, and I just do not think it's better than Omega. I think Omega's cleaner, and I just think it looks nicer without a doubt. Moving on from that, Season 5, we had Ragnarok as the tier 100, and then Valkyrie was the item shop variant, and I think Ragnarok is just a bit better. I don't know what it is with Valkyrie. I think it's the hair that I'm just not the biggest fan of. It's still really aggressive and all that, but I just think Ragnarok is flat out better in my own personal opinion here. Moving on from that, we have the Dire skin, and his female counterpart, I guess you could say, is the Fable skin from the same battle pass, and also you could say Grim Fable as well. Now, if we're deciding on which of these two, right, I kind of think Fable is better than Dire. I mean, Dire has a really universal back bling that I think beats out both of these skins here, but if we're looking at skins, I feel like Grim Fable beats Fable and Dire without a doubt. Grim Fable has two insanely aggressive edit styles that really fit the character, and I feel like it just kind of beats Fable by a long shot, and honestly same with Dire. Dire's got a lot of color schemes, it's got a lot of edit styles, but if I'm being honest with you, I always ran his back bling. I rarely ever ran him as a skin, actually. Moving on from that, Season 7, we had the Ice King as the tier 100, and then the Ice Queen was the female counterpart, and in my opinion, this one might be a little bit upsetting for some. I think Ice Queen is better than Ice King. I like the edit styles more, even though they have the exact same one. I like the way the colors pop on the skin more than I like it on the Ice King. Also, Ice King is just a bit bulky for my taste, and Ice Queen I think is just very assertive and very aggressive, and I just like it more. That's just it. I don't know. I think Ice King is just a bit too bulky for me, but I think a lot more people will actually disagree with me on this one, and that's totally fine. We all have different opinions here. Moving on, we have Lux as the Season 8 Tier 100 skin, which I still don't think she should have been a Tier 100 skin, and you're going up against the Sterling skin from the item shop. Lux wins without a doubt. I think Sterling is honestly one of the ugliest skins we have had in the game, and it's honestly no contest. Yes, I don't think Lux deserved Tier 100 in Season 8, but I still think Lux is my favorite skin from that Battle Pass for sure, and it just doesn't hold a candle to Sterling. Sterling doesn't even have any of the color edit styles that Lux does, yet the Ice Queen has the same edit styles for the Ice King, so I don't really understand why they couldn't give him more edit styles, because even with like Lux, you had to get those edit styles by outlasting 25,000 opponents to get all of them. You could have done the same thing for Sterling. He needs something, because Sterling is really bad as a skin in my own personal opinion. Next skin we have here is the Vendetta skin, which was the Season 9 Tier 100, and I'm gonna say the female counterpart is Singularity, because in the code names I think it makes sense for that they're actually gender bent versions of themselves, and Singularity I still think is one of the greatest secret skins that we've ever gotten here in Fortnite, and I think it beats Vendetta. I re-looked at Vendetta because I haven't looked at him in a while in the locker, and he is just a really weak Tier 100 in my opinion. He's not that aggressive at all. He has a lot of edit styles, I will give him that, but like it just doesn't feel like it's aged well at all. It just kind of feels like it looks like plastic to me, and I just don't really see how Vendetta is a really good Tier 100 at all. It just feels kind of cheap to me a little bit. I think Singularity beats it out of the water by tenfold here. Moving on from that, we have the Ultimate Knight from Season X, and the female version is the Eternal Knight, which is from the Chapter 2 Season 3 Battle Pass, so pretty interesting here. And honestly, I think Ultimate Knight is just a bit better, not counting the fact that Ultimate Knight does have a better edit style than Eternal Knight does, but I still think that Ultimate Knight just has a bit more going on with it, and this one's kind of a tough one because Eternal Knight and Ultimate Knight are so close together. You could honestly pick either one, and I don't think anyone's going to be upset at you. I think Ultimate Knight is just a smidge bit better than Eternal Knight in my opinion. Then moving on from that, Chapter 2 Season 1, we had Fusion, and I'm pretty sure Fusion did not have a female counterpart. So then moving on to that, Chapter 2 Season 2, we have the Midas skin and the Marigold skin. Now, I had a discussion with this with my Discord. This was a very tough one for me to pick, but I think Midas is better than Marigold by very little. It's like 51 to 49% in my opinion. Midas is just more aggressive. He's got tattoos. He's got a little bit more going on, and he looks a bit more serious than the Marigold skin does. Now, granted, Marigold is fantastic. I like Marigold. I run Marigold more than I run Midas, I like to think. But I still think Midas is more assertive, and I think that Midas is definitely a bit better than Marigold here. Then moving on, Chapter 2 Season 3, like we said, Eternal Knight was with Ultimate Knight. Chapter 2 Season 4, Iron Man does not have a counterpart. Chapter 2 Season 5, we have the Menace skin and the Sika skin. Now, what's really funny here is that I think Sika is a teensy tiny bit better than Menace. I run Sika a lot more than Menace, but Menace has a crazy amount of edit styles. You think that Menace would be better in my opinion, and I think he probably is, but I run Sika more. That's just how it is. If Sika got the same amount of edit styles that Menace had, especially with like the masks and stuff, Sika would have been 10 times better, but I think Sika's just a bit better just because the character model is a bit nicer. It's not as bulky, and I just kind of like Sika more. And then finally, like we said, Spire Assassin and Spire Immortal. I think Spire Immortal is better than Spire Assassin. I don't know what went wrong with Spire Assassin. I don't think she's a bad Tier 100 by any stretch. I think she looks the part of Tier 100. She's mighty, she's aggressive. It makes sense for her to be a Tier 100 skin, but for whatever reason, I feel like it's just missing something. I don't know, I can't quite put my finger on it. I just think the head is a little bit weird. Maybe that's what it is. Now, Spire Immortal is a bit bulky for my taste, but I still like the look of it more, and I like the back bling a lot more than Spire Assassin. So that's it for me. I want to know, guys, what do you think is like the biggest difference here with these Tier 100 skins compared to their female, male counterparts that are sold in the item shop? What is your favorite item shop skin that is also a Battle Pass gender bent version of themselves, and vice versa? What Battle Pass skin do you think is better than their item shop counterpart? And that's it for the video today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, please let me know with a like, and subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, and turn on the bell just so you get all my latest uploads. And if you'd like to use me for support a creator, my code is ITF. Y'all have yourselves a fantastic day or night, everyone. See ya.